In his latest and much awaited weekly newsletter, Chris Wood of Jefferies again continues to remain a cautious optimist. Now, what he is saying in this particular edition of the newsletter is that he believes that the spread of the virus is something that continues to remain, foremost on most of investors' mind. He also believes that the most important thing to track is actually the death rate and not the number of rising cases. He believes that investor focus must be on the death rate, and he has constantly been of the opinion that when it comes to the virus, the one thing that you have to look out for is that the spread of the virus, which corresponds to the closing down of the economy, and he believes that the closing down of the economy is something that is more harmful as far as the entire ecosystem is concerned. He is constantly, made a plea to most of the governments across the world that what they need to do is they need to open up the economy. In fact, he is also of the opinion this time around that given the fact that, younger people are not as prone to the virus as older people, he believes that educational institutes are something that must be opened up. He also believes that when it comes to the virus, he believes that the Farr's law is something that will apply, and the virus is in the process of burning itself out. So continues to remain that what should actually matter is the death rate and not the number of cases. So what he is saying is that in the noise by the media, he says that this particular fact is overlooked. He also believes that policy responses too are something that remain and look quite over the top. In fact, he's also talking about how Hong Kong has all but locked down its economy again following the recent pickup in local cases, even though the total number of deaths, in the wave 2 is still around only 10. Now, the other thing that he's talking about, he talks in depth about the US presidential elections, and his view is that at this point of time, Donald Trump would not be too keen to upset the apple cart when it comes to a trade deal with China. He believes while rhetoric will remain anti-China given the upcoming and impending US presidential elections, he believes that Donald Trump will not go too far. In fact, he believes that Donald Trump, who views himself as a policy maker, will continue to push towards signing the part 2 of the entire trade deal. So overall, what he is saying is that even though rhetoric continues to rise, and even though something that rhetoric is going significantly anti-China, he believes that renewed concerns do exist, but he believes that from the US side they will continue to push towards a trade deal. Also, what he is saying is that when it comes to phase 2, given the fact that of the trade deal, he believes that one of the risks could be the upcoming and surging cases as far as the coronavirus is concerned. He believes that this is something that could put a halt to spending across global economies, and he also believes that this could something that could actually take a hit as far as most of the economies are concerned. A cautiously optimistic note, and he continues to maintain that policy makers across the world are continuing to support the economy in most of the ways possible.